Yeah, looks good, man.
Hello everyone, this is potential and Dan, your portfolio manager. We're talking about third year mathematics. Most of you probably heard this phrase the other day. I was the portfolio manager last year as well, and in my third year in LUUTIS, so in my first year I was an analyst, so like most of you today here except I. Then I got the CFA Investment Management certificate, which I learned a lot from. This was summer 2019. Yes, last summer, so the last one, and it's got 2 units. I mean, you have 2 books, and you have to do 2 tests. It cost me. I mean, I failed the second exam once, and I spent in total maybe around £900 more or less. And the first test, I think it was £250, and the books were maybe 150. But it's really, really interesting, and this kind of certificate is one step below the CFA level 1. So if anyone has any questions about that, please feel free to send me a message. Then it's at the same days at M&G, Rathbone, Lloyd's, kind of internships with Lloyd's, and then all I forgot the name of the kind of the portfolio company that LUUTIS always goes to London every year. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, all of these have been nice trips to London. So all of you trainers coming on to training things, kind of on-site days or spring weeks or some internships. I know that they are not easy to get, but there it is
No.
on my LinkedIn profile. So if anyone has any message, then tell them.
Yeah, hi all. My name's Dan. I'm a second year business management student. It's on a 4-year degree. So I'm currently applying to spring weeks, like Gonzalo's just mentioned. I'd highly recommend them. I'm also an analyst at Leeds Finsights this year. I've just finished writing up a nice article about McAfee's second IPO, so I'd highly recommend checking that one out when it gets published on Monday. Um, Over the summer, when lockdown was going on, I completed the Bloomberg Market Concepts certificate. It gave a nice broad overview of the markets and each asset class. So that's where my knowledge really stems from, because business management isn't too financial. Um, like Gonzalo, I've spent Insight days at QuantBet, which is a quantitative analysis firm in Leeds, in Deloitte's offices in Leeds. Um, and they've been great. I couldn't fault it. As God said as well, just search on LinkedIn my name, and you'll find us. Feel free to connect, drop us a message. I'll always be around to answer anything you need.
Thanks, Dan. Just would you like to ask what is LUUTIS Finsights? Yes.
Of course, yeah. So it's basically a financial publication which has just been brought together by a group of like-minded business students, aiming to give like university students at Leeds a bit more commercial awareness. Um, we've got several teams covering different areas of business. Personally, I'm in TMT. There's others covering mergers and acquisitions, maybe like foreign exchange, positive news. Um, and yeah, it'll be a really nice publication to read, and I'd really recommend it to increase your commercial awareness.
Is it just for Leeds students?
I believe so at the minute, but I will double check that one if anyone's got a burning desire.
So thank you for that. And the second thing that I was going to say is that we are so limited. I mean, with the things that we could do doing this just online, because I mean, the Bloomberg terminal. I mean, I like the Bloomberg terminals so much, and so many things can be done in a Bloomberg terminal. But
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. So first thing, fun meetings, which are not these ones. They run once every 2 weeks. How do they work? Mainly, probably, or I mean, what last 2 years has happened is that at the beginning of the meetings, the fund managers run over the different portfolios of our sectors. So, and they explain the different stocks, or they ask to the portfolio managers the different stocks that that each group or sector has. So, for example, if today Dan and I invest some money in one or two stocks, probably in the first fund meeting, or maybe the second one, depending on if last week's one was counted as a fund meeting as well. Or so next week's, I think it is next week, if not in 2 weeks' time, the fund managers will ask us why we made the investment in that company and the rationale and all of that. Then uh, probably they tell us who's first, who's second in the competition. Then, as it says here, learn techniques. Oops, learn techniques and skills. So the fund managers will bring new concepts, could be fundamental concepts or technical concepts. So there is always something new to learn from the fund meetings. So yes, please do attend the fund meetings as well, because they are part of this whole virtual thing. Then from now, what happens in our sector meetings, which will happen every week. I'm not sure about that. I'm not really happy if they happen every week, because we might, if they happen every week, we might need to kind of follow a bit too much, in my opinion, this thing, and should be something to enjoy, not something that you have to be there. We will see if we make them every week. So, target update at the beginning, news and indices. So, in the next two slides, Dan will go over what's happened in the past week or the past 2 weeks in terms of news, any kind of sector or companies, and as well with indices. For example, we could, this is the S&P 500, so we could comment what happens in the last, I don't know, month or so, or Nasdaq, or this kind of a bit of oops market update in indices. PowerPoint could be then portfolio performance. Again, we will place some trades today. I hope so. So in the next meeting, we will explain what's happened with the stocks. Have they gone down or up? Why? And all of that. The new material as well. We will bring, or we will try to bring new material every sector meeting. We will try not to copy or just copy the same new material that will be covered in the fund meetings. Trade ideas, analyst discussions. Yes, we will try to bring as well new trade ideas every sector meeting. We will ask you as well if you found a good company, or even if it is a terrible company, but you have a good rationale or a good reason to invest in that company, that's absolutely fine. And finally, we will have a quiz, which I kind of like them, and you like them, so I hope you like them as well. Then, actually, something very important. If you have any question or anything, please write them in the chat. Or, of course, I mean, I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone with the webcam on. I mean, feel free, please, to turn on your webcam and your microphone and all of that. I mean, this is not a lecture. You don't have to be shy or anything like that. So please, I mean, because at the end of the day, if we were, oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, more people, turn your camera on, please. Be nice to get to see your face.
Yeah, because I mean, in normal circumstances, we would be kind of just talking to you face to face in a room in the business school. So yeah, thank you for that. Okay, so resources. Very quickly, I mean, these free resources or the paid ones, similar to what was said in the fan meetings. I kind of like Morning Stars too because I like the world of investment funds. But I mean, like investing, I have it on the phone. I check it probably at least 10 times a day. Investopedia for if you have any concept that you don't know what it is, Investopedia will probably have it. Yes, I mean there is not much to say because pretty much everything was said in the fan meeting. And something that I mean I like Bloomberg TV in general, but I really like kind of getting up every day with the European Open from 8 to 8:30 just to kind of go over the most recent news. They go over indices as well as kind of the main news of some companies. They also talk to some kind of asset manager of BlackRock or Fidelity or whatever it is, which is always really interesting to listen to them. And the same for the market close, for the American market close, let's say, the US market close. So yeah,
Yeah, great, cheers. Just a quick one for those that didn't attend the initial meeting. You can actually get the Financial Times free if you use your university email address. So it's a lot easier to stay up to date. But marked update. Let's start with the obvious. There's an upcoming presidential election. A lot of volatility in the market. As Benjamin said, it's been a terrible year for indices. With like economic support being hedged against it, growing caseloads in Europe, in America, it's just wreaking absolute havoc because there's no safety to be found. That pretty much near 0% interest rates being set by the central banks, sending any government bond into the ground in terms of yield. And yield is simply the interest paid on a bond that you would invest in. Um, However, with Biden and Trump battling it out, there's another potential stimulus package along the way, which could pick things up. We're yet to see. Um, the Dow Jones and the DAX is already started begun to fall. As Gonzalo give you a small insight at the beginning, it's only been dipping a touch, nothing compared to March, but it could be the start. Um, the oil market has faced a massive second dip because OPEC producers have opened up production again and demand hasn't returned. Um, in March, it reached, I think, negative 37 a barrel for crude futures. Um, Whether it gets that low again, time will tell. And just recently, Turkish lira is now at its weakest ever against the US dollar. Um, I've only just started reading about this, so I don't have a wealth of knowledge, but it looks an interesting read with a lot of history behind it. So it's definitely a currency pair to keep your eye on. Um, yeah, if anyone else has any news, pop in the chat and we'll open up a bit of discussion.
I mean, actually, let me kind of bring the topics. Does anyone want to speak about anything relating to the COVID situation, anything relating to the upcoming presidential elections? What do you think? Will Trump win? Will Biden win? Will it be 50-50? Anything, guys?
Oh, well, Joel, would you like to take yourself off mute and just talk about the German lockdown, maybe?
Yeah, sure. It was literally just announced a couple of hours ago, I think.
Mm.
They're shutting like pubs, gyms, restaurants, all that sort of stuff. It's pretty. I think it's the same as they did before. So The
Yeah.
price.
Fair enough.
The DAX is going to drop quite a bit, I think. The same in March.
Mm.
SAP is, I mean, if one of the biggest companies in the stock 600, and yesterday or today's Wednesday, I think Monday, it dropped nearly 20%, which is pretty shaky. I think it is a measure of the DAX. Anyway, so anyone else wants to say anything about COVID, US, food operations, oil? Yeah, the oil prices continued to eat daily. That's pretty interesting. It was 5-6% down.
Yeah, it's quite a lot. The only reason I know about oil is because I'm actually writing an economics essay about it. It's been really interesting analysing the futures.
Anyway, so let's continue. Is there any question for anything in the chat? I can see the chat.
Yeah, right, yeah, that one.
So yeah, I mean, things looking pretty nasty right now. I mean, I didn't expect everything to be disgusting, but because the thing is that with physical things, just give me a second. Is with things that can be physical, like being bacteria, for example, fungus here, so doesn't necessarily have to happen physically. Let's see what happens before this continues.
Console, on that note, I just thought I'd ask, is anyone currently had COVID or is anyone locked down in accommodations? Because I've realised a lot of students that I'm friends with, they've all been locked down.
I was talking
Hey.
yesterday to a lady about, I mean, a project that I'm doing of my third year project, and she told me that yes, I mean, she got the virus last week or 2 weeks ago, and that she had the symptoms of chest, taste, and smell. So yeah, I mean, pretty scary stuff.
Hey, I have actually had the virus as well. I had it a few weeks ago. So I was in lockdown from the 2nd of October until the 15th. And for like one day I had a bit of a cold, but after that I was fine. It was just more of an inconvenience having to stay in. And all my housemates had it as well, and we were all okay. But obviously, like you said, without there likely being a vaccine rolled out until January, February, it's obviously going to have quite a detrimental effect on the markets.
Did you take any pill or any medicine or anything?
No, I just made sure I drank plenty of water and ate food, just rested really. And like I said, after the first day, for one day, it was like I had a bit of a sore throat and felt a bit run down, like as you would having a cold. And then after, it was weird. The next day I was just fine, but I had another like 10 days isolating.
Yes, I mean, the annoying thing of this virus is that there are so many people that have very mild symptoms among young, but the thing is that if it comes the virus and you are over 50 years, you might get in trouble very, very easily. So that's the point of this whole thing.
You want to move on to Exandi?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of students got it. They can have more independent control. Many accommodations fine, but they locked down a lot of accommodations because you know it's becoming a thing. Certainly is everything. Yes. Okay. So slides here. Amazon stock price, you will see the stock price of Amazon. But the trading platform is something that you can do a lot more things, not just looking at the stock price. So, for example, we type Amazon. We have here Amazon. So we right click, we click chart, and we see that at the minute, let's say 1 hour, this trading at 3,175. This is changing every, let's say, second. So what do? We can see with the trading platform, we can see the stock price of a company. We can see what the stock price has done in the past. This is good to have kind of like, I always like every time I see a new stock that I've never seen. I always Amazon is quite striking, but I always like to see what the stock has done for at least the past 5 years, 10 years, because you get a good picture if the company that you want to invest in is good or bad. I always say something that I like is that instead of giving me the news of the company and tell you the stock price, it's, in my opinion, it's the opposite. Give me the stock price or give me this, and I will tell you the news of the company. So I can tell you that Amazon was beating estimates all throughout this point because the stock price was doing this. You know what I mean? So it's something fun. Anyway, more things that you can do with a trading platform. The second thing that you can do with a trading platform is kind of invest money with the platform. So I mean, we are doing this with a demo account of 1 million. Then we don't have to split if we want to have maybe 10, 15, 20 companies in one portfolio. So we just have to divide that by 10, 15, or 20, or whatever it is. And the other thing that you can do with the trading platform is just kind of invest your own money. I would recommend that you please first talk to me and speak to me before you invest any real money in any trading platform, because it is very likely that you will lose all the money that you invest. So please come and talk to me before you do anything with your own money. The thing is that in the past, trading platforms were only platforms to see prices of the stocks, but these days most of the trading platforms, they have that, and also you can trade real money or fake money with the platform. What else? Once we have decided, for example, the whole group have decided, okay, Amazon is a good investment for our portfolio. So we have this right-hand side of the screen, how do they call it? Yeah, the click, trade, or order, I don't know, part. So what is this? So this is the bid price of Amazon. What is the bid price? The bid price is the price at which you can buy the stock. So if you want to buy the stock right now, you would buy it at 3168. If you want to sell the stock because you want to go short in the stock, which we can explain it during the day, you sell the stock, which doesn't mean that you own it. You sell the stock at 3171. And then there is something that is called spread of the stock, which is the difference between the ask and the bid price. But that is something that we can speak about another day as well. So mainly, we decide that we can buy Amazon. We don't mind at what price we buy it. We just want to buy it straight into the market right now. So how many shares do we want to buy? So for example, let's decide that we want to invest, or we want to have more or less 20 stocks in our portfolio. So that we need 50,000 euros per stock to make the 1 million. So we kind of need to calculate. So let's calculate. all the time. So what we need to do is that we need to convert that to euros, which is a simple calculation anyway. So we do $63,000 divided by 15. No, but that's the opposite. Because euros are more. Oh, yeah, it's correct. So, for example, which is the rate? So, for example, you get now, if you have €1, you get $1.15. Let's imagine. So we divide that 63,000 by 1.15, and we get more or less 54,000 euros. So more or less that is fine if we want to reduce that. So we reduce it to 19 to make it more or less to 50,000 euros. Normally we wouldn't need to do that because we have the stock in euros, but it's not a problem. It is just a simple calculation. I don't know why Exante doesn't do it straight into our currency, but anyway. So we now have that we want to buy 19 stocks. So if we just want to buy the stock straight away, we just need to click here on bid, I mean on this rectangle, and we buy the stock. We will have an indication, green indication that we will see probably in the next sector meeting, that when we buy it, there is something here that says that we bought the stock at 3165, for example. Or something very important. What are these two things? This TP is take profit, and this SL is stop loss. So normally this tick, we shouldn't worry too much about this take profit. But quickly, what it means is that if we think that we want to kind of get the returns at 3,200, we will here take profit, so that we take profit of the money that we make between 3168 and 3200, and the platform automatically will sell our 19 stocks at 3200. Okay, so it is kind of something that we can tell the platform to do automatically. But we shouldn't be too worried about that because probably we won't use it. But this stop loss is really, really important. And we have to, or we will use this for each of our stocks. So what is a stop loss? Stop loss is another way of telling the platform that we don't want to lose more than a certain amount of money. Last year, for example, we decided that we didn't want to lose more than 1% of our total capital with each stock or with each operation. So, for example, what is 1% of a million? So 10,000. So we don't want to lose more than 10,000 per trade. So if we have a trade of 50,000, we need to calculate, that's another thing that we need to calculate, where that price should be. So for example, if it's 10,000 or 50,000, it's 20%. So if 20%, if we don't want to lose more than 20% of the 50,000, we need to calculate when that will more or less happen. It could happen here, for example. So what we do is, if more after the calculation, it is maybe 2955, we come here, click 2955, so string 2955, and we know that we will not lose more than 10,000 euros because if Amazon goes below $2955, the Exante will automatically trigger put the number of stocks that we want to buy. We buy the stock and we put the stop loss. Then something very, very important. Okay, we've decided that we want to invest it on Amazon, but we don't want to buy it at this price because we think, or maybe because we want to make more money, or because we think that the price will go down maybe to $3,100, and from there, or maybe a bit below that 3100 level, then from that the stock will go up. So click this button, so we can move from this to this. So this is very similar. These are called limit orders. So the same, we put, like we want to buy 20 stocks. We tell the platform that we want to buy it at $3,000, so more or less in this level. Sell buy, yes, okay. So what this does is that, yes, as I said, we don't want to buy it right now. We want to buy it at the price of 3,000. It can happen that the price will never go down to 3,000 and we might miss the opportunity, but that's not a problem because there are thousands of opportunities every day in the stock market. And the other thing is that, again, similar, we can put here a stop loss, which would be even lower, so imagine this area here, because if we buy it at 3,000, our 10,000 loss is going to be lower than that. And pretty much that's it. So we look for the stock and then we decide if we want to buy it right now or we want to wait a bit. Then we can go another day over some trading or technical things. For example, here, this is the resistance line. For example, we would go over this another day. Is there anything else I've done that you want to
Yeah, just a quick one. GTC, it's good till cancel, right? Do you just want to explain that a bit more for Luke?
Okay. So,
Or the rest of the...
what is a limit day? A limit day tells the platform that we want to buy the stock at 3,000, but that order will last only that trading day, which is not very, unless you trade in a very short period of time, which I wouldn't recommend at all. This thing will only trigger if the stock goes down to 3100 that same trading day. So we are not interested in that. We are interested in this good until cancel. What this means? So we put the order and it won't go away or it won't disappear until the price goes to or reaches that point. I think in real life these things last for 3 months or so. I think because people are not allowed to have orders there indefinitely. I think, but okay, anyway, it's not important. So this is very important. Take it up. We will have to put all the limit orders with good until cancel. And another important thing is that we don't have to have only stocks invested. We can have plenty of stocks that with limit orders, let's say. So we might have 5 companies that we are invested right now, but we might have 2 or 3 stocks with limit orders that are there, just kind of sleeping until our interested price is here. So we can have as many limit orders as we want. Or anything else that you want to have?
In reply to what Omar has just said there, I don't know if you attended the initial session, but But for this challenge, we've actually got to allocate 20% of the capital into fixed income, which will be explained in a later session. So we do need to trade fixed income as well as stocks. So no, we're trading multiple asset classes, if that answers your question.
Yes, we can pretty much invest in everything, but the thing is that everyone's knowledge, I mean, is, let's say, basic. I mean, my knowledge as well is basic. So it's better if we just focus on stocks and a big part in fixed income. Because if can we invest in derivatives? Can we invest in options? I mean, I have no idea at all how to do that.
Yeah.
I know more or less what they are, but I have no idea how to use them. And actually, I remember once I went to a bank, to an investment bank, and I was talking to a lady there, and she showed me all the, I don't know, available options that I could invest in, I don't know, stocks, ETFs, funds, warrants, options, all a big range of different products. And the lady told me, okay, so please focus only of these first options or topics, because I've never seen anyone earning money with these options, warrants, derivatives, or things like that. So I guess that because they are only for very professional people, so we are far away, or this I'm very far away of that professional.
Just to continue on, I'll quickly give a quick summary of what was said in the initial fund meeting. Feel free to correct us, Gonçalo. So in the initial fund meeting, it was an introduction to what the competition will be about. And if you don't know already, it's going to be a roughly 6-7 month long challenge to generate the biggest return on investment, which in our case, 1 million. We'll have total freedom across every sector and every asset class. We'll be excluding options and other derivatives simply because they are quite complicated to get correct. I've no doubt maybe there's one or two of you who do have that advanced level of knowledge, but just for simplicity, we will be excluding them. The key crux point of the competition will be fixed income. That now has to be in the portfolio. We'll do a session over fixed income because it is quite a deep field. Yes, Wall Street bets would disagree with you. I would also say do the opposite of what they do, and you'll not go far. You'll not do too bad, actually. Yeah, everyone just avoid Wall Street bets. Or if you really want to giggle, go for it. You can spend a full night on that platform. But apart from that, the overview of the competition was just that. It's going on for 7 months. There'll be several meetings with us, several meetings with the fund managers, and hopefully it'll be a really good time. Gonçalo, have I missed anything? Yeah, it is what we make of it. So we want everyone to get as involved as possible. We want you placing the trades. We want you doing the due diligence and the research behind these companies, providing trade ideas, and really making the competition and this team what you want it to be. Because without you, it won't be much, and that's just the way it will go. Well, let's move on to trade ideas, I believe.
Yes, but because we've got 15 minutes left and I want 10 minutes for the quiz at least, and we want to make this, I mean, the sector meetings, and I hope the fan meetings 1 hour. So we are going to go straight into your meets. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based around the Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer called NIO. This is just going to be a fundamental analysis because a technical one would be very in depth and maybe too much for the first session. So NIO, it was founded in 2014, and it's in the direct competition at Tesla, essentially. Electric vehicles are growing at a massive rate, with different car companies announcing the transition over to maybe no more diesel engines, like Volvo have, or maybe McLaren introducing new electric vehicles. It's currently trading at $27.16 because it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and that was a closing price at the 23rd of October when I last checked. JP Morgan analysts have a price target of $40, which is just short of a double of that. Oh, thanks for the update, Benjamin. So it's got a current ratio of 1.15 and an acid test ratio of 1.07. For those not familiar with those ratios, it essentially compares the current assets and the current liabilities in the inventory of that company. So the current ratio is essentially the current assets over the current liabilities, and the acid test ratio is the current assets take away inventory over the current liabilities, and it's a form of calculating liquidity and how a company is able to meet its liabilities. Obviously, it's positive. It's 1.15 and 1.07, so they can pay the way. It's got total assets of 3.273 billion, which is more than the total debt of 1.869 billion. Gross profit of 44 million in its most recent quarter, so it's starting to really increase its profitability, which is a positive sign in order to reach the $40 target. I'm personally invested in them, and I would love to maybe chuck a few pennies into this company as well. And it's definitely one to keep an eye on. It's very volatile because it's such a growing sector. It's such an uncertain sector, especially with COVID now, where demand is just fell off a cliff. As well as Tesla having vehicle recalls in China, which has pushed this stock up a touch. Yeah, if anyone wants to take a bit more research into it, go ahead, Neo. Really easy. I've got references there for TradingView. Really easy to work, so go ahead.
So let's place the trade.
I think so. How's Neo doing?
Is it Neo with a sticker or? Let's look for the sticker or the. Wikipedia, things like that. So if I show you my pitch at this moment, I just have one bullet point, which is stock price when S&P 500 was at its lowest around 20th of March. That is something very impressive for a stock price to be almost at its highs when pretty much everything in the world was plummeting. So then, why that was? Because of very good earning report or first quarter earning report and a really good second quarter results. So this, I mean, what I want to show you with this is that you don't have to look for current ratios or asset test ratios or EBITDAs or total assets under management or all of that. I mean, you just can bring something really simple and great as well. Okay. Obviously, it is 8:21. So, if we go to the quiz.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay,
Just quick.
have you found the? I forgot about your.
Just a quick one about Aston Martin Lagonda. Stay away from that. It's riddled with debt, and they've got no chance of paying it off. iShares Clean Energy, great trade idea. A lot of countries have now started to transition over. The UK have just signed contracts for clean energy for the next 30 years, I believe, starting in 2030. I'm not too familiar with Square. I know of them, but I haven't looked into the stock. So if you can formulate some idea and some knowledge behind that and bring it to the next one, great. Would really appreciate that. Same with Ben. Take Aston Martin and run with it. Really come with a trade idea. Whether you want to go along with it or go short with it, give some reason, and we'll definitely place trades. Because this is why we're here. But let's hit off your quiz. Let's go for it.
Actually, do you know the sticker of Neo?
Do I know the ticker?
Yes. The thing that they write Neo on Santander.
I'm pretty sure it's NIO. I will.
Yeah, ticker's the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure it was.
So I think I've looked for this before and nothing
I
comes
think
up. So I mean, we will find it honestly and we will put a 50,000 euros deposit. Okay, guys. So
yeah.
finally,
Let's hit the quiz. Let's go.
let's go for the quiz. It's a Kahoot quiz, so grab your phones, or actually, if you are using your computers or laptops, use whatever you prefer. So go to Kahoot. Register this, and you have to put here. Where is it now? Yes, you have to put this pin ID. You click enter. You put your name. Wait for a bit until everyone is in. So how many people are here? Done. You need to. No, actually, it's up to you. Do you want to take part or not?
I will actually hit pass.
Okay. Great. So as well. Anyway.
What's the game pin?
842406. Okay. Is everyone in? So we are 3, 6, 9, 10, 13, 16. Okay. 17. Okay, so I think yes because we are 18. So
Yeah,
I think
I'm loving these games.
okay. So start. I hope that you find it interesting. What do the letters in the FTSE 100 index stand for? As well, I mean, part of the game is to be as quickly as you can. You have 20 seconds.
Go on, Saul.
Was Financial Times Stock Exchange. Very good, everyone. Really good.
There's no prize right now, is there, for this? But I think we should come up.
Actually, Matt and I last year used to buy something on Poundland, some kind of Ferrero shares, some sweets. But this year, I mean,
No, we can
they send a parcel or something. We cannot do that.
we can figure something out. We'll come up with something.
Okay, perfect. Next question. Was this really good? Good one. Well done, second place.
I'm gonna have to win.
The listed companies on the FTSE 100 are the companies. Very good. Currency. Very good. Oh, plenty of oh, great.
Wall Street bet, even up.
Who's the governor of the Bank of England? Actually, I didn't know this one because I don't know because now he's kind of not very famous. Oh, but oh,
That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. Bearing in mind, I don't know the answers to these. I'm actually playing along with you.
Who's the president of the? Where is Andrew Bailey from?
All right, I've actually no idea about this one.
Yes, well done. Last year's one with Mark Carney was more difficult. Was discriminating. Jamie, good. The Bank of England's current base rate is. This one is tricky, I think. I don't know. Depends on if you've seen the figure or not. One. Obviously, with Jamie and Haley have got everything right so far. Who's the new president of the European Central Bank, ECB? Oh, Boris Johnson. This was a joke last year. There was another one. Christine Lagarde. Sorry, guys. There was another one. Oh, come on, Dan. Are you going to win this?
Someone needs to beat me because I can't win.
Where is Christine Lagarde from? This one might be a bit tricky. Last year, for the who's the governor of the Bank of England, the first answer was. Doesn't matter. Let's go back on this one. Nigel Farage was. This one was. Yeah, well done. Oh, nice one, Panagiotis. Okay. The European Central Bank's current base rate is
Spoil. It's not Wall Street bets, surprisingly.
How well has a degree in this one might be tricky. Could be maths, could be finance, could be politics, could be economics.
A lot of people got that right. I'm surprised.
Yes. Quite tight. Australian reserves current base rate has changed a lot since last year. As low as 2%.
Ooh.
25. Oh, I mean, the central tax index is the main index of. Actually, you should get this answer right if you paid attention to the meeting because the answer was in one of the slides.
Yeah, I'm giving away answers. I don't.
There are 5, 6 people that are not very sure. Yeah, good. Well done, Mr. Green. Students back on top. Students are in the German DAX again.
I'm giving away these answers.
Yes, you gave the answers away. Indeed.
Test if who's really been paying attention.
So there are 5, 4 people. Okay, the second last question. The letters S&P 500 stand for profit, standard and Poor's. Good, Standard and Poor's, yes. Which is the rating agency. Oh, VRR, well done, Dan. Okay, second place, but again no third place. And final question: how many stocks currently are in the S&P 500?
We should make quizzes harder.
This is not as easy. I mean, I remember that joke last year that quizzes will get tougher next time, but oh, S&P 500 has 505 stocks. Why? Because 5 of the companies including Google have 0 stocks. So imagine alphabet A and alphabet B, I think it is.
Yeah, it is. You've got what's it?
So
Berkshire and Berkshire D as well.
Securities, well done. Second place, Dan. And first place, VRR, I think. Yes, well done.
Well done.
Cool. Cool. So, who's. Stop sharing my screen. Who's VRR?
Reveal yourself. Well done, Omar. Well done, Omar.
Well
That's
done.
good. Good name as well.
Yes. Okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you very much for coming to this virtual meeting. And we're looking forward to the next meeting, which might be. The thing is that I think the fun meeting is not until 2 weeks' time. If that is the case, we will have another sector meeting next week. But then
Yeah, just a quick one if I can. If anyone has any questions or concerns, or just want to ask a question, just hang around afterwards, and we'll be happy to answer anything you have. Apart from that, I think it's all been covered, I believe, hasn't it?
So yeah, the second fan meeting as LUUTIS as we are is the 11th of November. So
Mhm.
yes, we will probably have, because there isn't anything Wednesday next week. So we will probably have our second sector meeting next Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. if that's okay for you.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions? Check
Well,
items. Okay. So thank you very much, guys, and probably see you next Wednesday.
yeah. Thanks for coming. See you all.